Good morning everyone. Today's topic is on features of garden. It is very important to know how many features are established in the garden. Garden features literally means important part or characteristics. The garden features add attraction and perfection in the garden. A garden is considered incomplete without its features. The different features of garden are described here. First one is walls. It is important from the viewpoint of security. The wall may be erected using brick, concrete, stone. The wall should not be so high to hide the beauty of garden from outside. After erecting walls to some height, grill may be affixed all through to prevent hiding of the garden objects. As the masonry wall lacks elegance, it is better to grow wall creepers like ficus repens to break its non-lively appeal. Steps. If the garden has different levels, terraces, slope, etc., which requires climbing or getting down, construction of steps are required. The material used in steps should be similar to that of path. The material like bricks, stones, pebbles, gravels, woods, etc., can be used for construction of steps in garden. The stepping should be considerably broad and the riser should be low. These types of steps favors easy climbing. You see steps are in sunken garden. Now we discuss path. There should be path in the garden to connect it from outside and also to provide access to its different parts. The path should provide a pleasing passage to the visitors. Gravel, concrete, bricks, plastics, woods, etc. are used for construction of paths. The path should have mild curvature to give a better artistic appeal. A straight path doesn't look ornamental. Now we discuss age. Planting of low growing plants along with paths, roads, flower beds, lawns, etc. for demarcation and beautification is termed as aging. The plants planted for such purposes are termed as age. Types of aging: formal or mechanical aging, informal or living aging. Formal or mechanical aging. Formal aging is done using following materials. Bricks. This is the most common material for aging. Bricks of good quality are used for aging. The bricks are fixed in the soil at an angle of 45 degrees to have a serrated finishing. Tiles. Tiles of various shapes and sizes are used for making edges. A narrow trench is prepared to fix the tile in position. The earth is rammed very firmly. Stones. Stone slabs of good finishing are used for edging. Broken bottles. Similar shape and size bottles are fixed in inverted position to create edges. Bamboo pieces, round and plumb pieces are used for edging purpose. Replica of bamboo pieces prepared of cement and concrete is also used for edging. Informal or living edging. This type of edging is created using grass, verge and other low growing plants. Grass verge. A strip of grass is termed as grass verge. A grass verge of 60 cm width is used for edging. If the width is less than 60 cm, lawnmower cannot be used. With the use of lawnmower, it becomes easy to maintain grass verge. Low growing plants. Plants like Euphorbia, Coleus, Echeveria, Irisine, Pilia, miniature roses, etc. are suitable for aging plants. Hedge. Shrubs are trees planted at regular interval to form a continuous screen is termed as hedge. In the garden, hedges are planted for various purposes like ornamentation, protection and demarcation. The various types of hedge planted in the gardens are tall protective hedge, dwarf protective hedge, tall ornamental plants, dwarf ornamental hedge. Tall protective hedges, the height of such hedge is about 1 to 3 meters. Such hedges are characterized by having very thick growth and possesses thorns. Acacia farnesiana, Ingadelsis, Carissa carendas, Bougainvillea, Lawsonia, etc. are tall protective hedges. Dwarf protective hedges, dwarf shrubs grow about 1 meter and possesses thorns. Opuntia and agave are important dwarf protective hedges. Tall and ornamental hedges. These types of shrubs grow to a height of 3 to 4 meters and are characterized by having attractive foliage or flowers. Bougainvillea, Moraya paniculata, Thievesia perifolia, Nerifolia, Nerium indicum, Cajurina equisetifolia, Thuja orientalis, Ticoma stans, Poinsettia pulcherrima, Calliandra, Hematosepala, Ficus, Retusia, etc. are tall ornamental hedges. Dwarf ornamental hedges. These hedges grow to a height of about 1 meter. They possess attractive foliage or flowers. Rogelia gentiana, Rogelia floribunda, Acalypha species, Platylanthus, Lantana cambra, Agave species, Aponcia species, etc. are dwarf ornamental hedges. Topiary. Training and pruning of plants to give it a particular ornamental shape is termed as topiary. The plants are trained to impart them a shape of bird, crocodile, alligator, elephants, lady with picture on head, clock, horse, camel, etc. The topiary features are eye-catching and add to the beauty of the garden. The most common plants for topiary are Doranta blumeri, Inga dulcis, Acacia modesta, Vernonia elegans, Chlorodendron inermi, etc. Frames of desired shape and used for preparing topiary. These frames are made from galvanized wire to get a particular shape. The desired frame of that object is fixed in the ground at the desired location. The plants are planted in the frame. Continuous training and trimming gives the plants a desired shape. Herbaceous border. Growing up group of beds of annuals along with border of the plot is known as herbaceous border. Due to little cognizance of annuals during early period of times before the arrival of Britishers, Indian gardens had no herbaceous border. With the introduction of huge variety of annual varying in shades of color, colorful herbaceous border adds to the elegance of garden. Large number of annuals bloom profusely during winter in plains. Hence, in plains, herbaceous border is prepared during winter. Two types of herbaceous border are prepared: single face herbaceous border and double face herbaceous border. Single face herbaceous border is prepared along with some background in the garden. This background may be wall or dwarf flowering tree or shrubbery border or building. The annuals are arranged in descending order of their height from tall in the back, medium in the center and dwarf in the front. Double face herbaceous border is prepared in the center of the garden or big lawn. The tall growing annuals are planted in the center followed by medium and dwarf height annuals in both the sides. In case of double faced herbaceous border, there is no need of background and tall annuals in the center act as a background. The beauty of double faced herbaceous border is worth watching from both the sides. Color scheme in herbaceous border. Arranging annuals in nearby beds as per their flowering color is termed as color scheme. Color scheme not only adds to charm, elegance, beauty, mobility and shade to the garden, but it also reflects aesthetic sense of the garden. The important color scheme practiced in garden are monochromatic color scheme, analogous color scheme and contrast color scheme. These three are generally used in the garden. First one is monochromatic color scheme. In this color scheme, annuals having same color or shade are used for planting in nearby beds. Planting of blue flowering cornflower, larkspur, ageratum and chusa is an example of monochromatic color scheme. Likewise, yellow flowering annuals such as dahlia, chrysanthemum, calendula, marigold, etc. reconstitute another set of example and so on. So you should use same color producing plants of different species in one bed and beside another bed. Analogous color scheme. Under analogous color scheme, annuals having different shades of color are used. This color scheme is also known as harmonious color scheme. In case of analogous color scheme of yellow shade, white, creamish, yellow, white, yellow, deep yellow are arranged in descending order. For red color, the order of arranging annuals will be light pink, deep pink, light red, deep red, and crimson in descending manner. Contrast color scheme. In contrast color scheme, just opposite color flowering annual is planted in just opposite bed. For arranging the annuals, the color wheel may be observed. Standard. The standard is another feature of garden. The practice of budding at different heights to create dwarf, medium, and tall stature of the plant is termed as standard. Preparation of standard is very common in rose and chrysanthemum. Types of standard: full standard. In such case, budding is done at 100 cm height from ground level. The plants are trained single shoot till the height of 100 cm. After budding at such height, the plants give a look of shrub. Half standard. In this type of standard, the budding is practiced on rootstock at a height of 50 cm from ground level. Beating standard. In this standard, climbing roses are budded at a height of 50 from the ground level. The branches of climbing roses droop down to the ground level, create ornamental look. For preparing standard in roses, tea budding is practiced on rootstocks at desired height. The side shoots below the desired height is removed as and when they appear. At the height budding is done successfully during November to February. When bud unites rootstocks, the upper portion of the rootstock is cut in 2 to 3 installments. Then it is transplanted in the garden. The standard takes about 2 years to get transplanted in the garden. Now, lawn. A lawn can be defined as the green carpet for the landscape maintained by growing and moving grasses. Thus, lawn is an area maintained under thickly grown grass cover. It forms the heart of the garden and holds pivotal importance in adding beauty to the garden. No garden is considered complete without establishment of lawn. Lawn serves as a base for a flower bed, a border, a shrubbery, or specimen tree. Lawn possesses aesthetic value of reducing tension of the mind after a day's hard work. It becomes very charming to enjoy the grandeur of the spacious lawn in the garden. Suitable lawn grasses: doob or Bermuda grass, Anorodactylon, Manila grass, Jaecia matrila, Korean grass, Jaecia japonica, Korean velvet grass, Jaecia tenuifolia. Carpet bedding. It is a bed with low-growing, dense herbaceous plants grown over artistically in form of some alphabet, letter or ornamental figure or any set design. To develop carpet bedding as per a set design, a frame is constructed. Placing the frame on the ground, the plants are grown. The growing plants are trained to develop as per design. Required trimming of plants is followed since planting. Suppose carpet bedding of the shape of India is to develop. For this purpose, an India's geographical map like frame will be designed using iron or other suitable material. The frame will be placed at the space where carpet bedding is to be developed. Dense and low growing plant will be planted in the frame. The grown plant will then trim time to time to have the shape of India. You see in the diagram, carpet bedding developed with herbaceous plant. Alternanthera, Coleus, Eicheveria, Ericine, Pelea, Sedum, etc. are suitable plants for doing carpet bedding. Shrubbery area in the garden which is used exclusively for growing shrubs is termed as shrubbery. It is a permanent feature in the garden. The shrubbery should not appear formal, rather it should look natural, beautifying the garden. Shrubbery serves the purpose of hiding one portion of the garden with another, provided selection of plant is made properly. It may produce flower and beautiful berry during different seasons. Different types of shrubs for shrubbery border may be as under: foliage shrubs, Acalypha, Croton, Begonia, Acamia, Aglonema, Anthuriums, Alpinia, Aspidistra, Dacia, Alocasia, Aspergus, Bilbergia, Chlorophytum, Cupia, Clorodendron, Cycas, Cyclanthus, Cypress rodent, Alternary folius, Dieffenbachia, Eranthemum, Fatsia, Ficus elastica, Heliconia, Pandanus, Peperomia, etc. Then flowering shrubs, Almanda cathartica, Rosa indica, Jasminum species, Acanthus species, Azaleas, Barleria, Bohonia, Galfini, Bahonia, Tomentacea, Cisalpinia, Pulcherrima, Calendra, Callistemon, Cassia, Biflora, Cestum nocturnum, Cestum diurnum, Grosendra, Cupia, Jaurelensis, Dombia, Doranta, Galfinia, Gracilis, Gardenia, Jasminoids, Gemellia asiatica, Hamelia patens, Hibiscus projacenensis, Hydrangea, Hexora, Jatropha, Legistomia indica, Lantana camera, Mora exotica, Nectanthus arboristis, Poinsettia, Rugelia, etc. Shrubs producing beautiful berries, Capsicum species, Parchinella japonica, Punica species, Palpigia glabra, Cotoneaster, etc. Now we discuss arches. It is a structure constructed near gate or your path in the garden for turning climber or rambler. It is angular, roofed, flat roofed or arched roofed structure erected to add beauty in the garden. Though growing climbers, the height of arches should be around 2 to 2.5 meter. The width is kept as per available space. In general, the width is kept similar to height, but it should not be lesser than 1 meter. The arches are erected using angle iron, GI pipes, wooden poles, etc. Pergola. A series of arches joined together develops pergola. It is constructed the same way as arches using wooden, concrete, iron or stone poles. The roof of pergola-like arch may be flat, angular or herbaceous hooped earth. The height should not be less than 2 to 2.5 meter. Otherwise, hanging branches of climber may interfere in passage to the passerby. The width is kept as per available space. The pergola is of long, the air passing through it becomes cooler. During summer, densely grown climber covered pergola may be used as a seating place provided benches are placed through it. The climber is grown over pergola to cover it fully and densely. The pergola gives a tunnel type effect, adding beauty in the garden. Terrace garden, a flat raised area is termed as terrace. To create terrace, the land are developed like steps, the height and slope. Both are created to develop terrace in plain. However, terrace is very common to see in hilly areas naturally. Beautifying the terrace using garden tracks, cactus and plants develop terrace garden. Terrace is usually constructed in front of house to enjoy full view of garden. It is used for the purpose of outdoor leisure. Terrace gardening is very common feature in the western countries, particularly USA. These gardens find place for very pleasurable outdoor living by house dweller. The garden is developed based upon availability of space, requirement, climate, etc. In the hotter area, entire area shouldn't be paved. Some areas should be left open to grow lawn, annual shrubs, trees, etc. The planted area gives soothing effect to the eye. Amidst the lawn, some dwarf growing specimen tree can be planted in left-over circular, rectangular or square shaped beds to give artistic look. In area which is completely paved, plants grown in ornamental pots can be arranged. Hanging baskets find place in the garden, displaying them on decorative plant stand. Sitting arrangement may be made along shady spots in the garden. The materials for sitting arrangement should be rough and sturdy as they remain exposed to natural environment. Mostly wrought iron materials find popularity in terrace garden for sitting furniture. Spacious lawn fountain, water bay, flower bed, shade tree, etc. find designed properly to develop ideally terrace garden. Pinjore Garden, Chandigarh, a fascinating Mughal garden has been designed utilizing terraces of different levels. It is wonderful example of terrace garden in India. The garden is rated as the one of the ideal destinations for excursion. The sloping ground in the Pinjore garden has been decorated with fountain and magnificent beautiful pavilions. The walkways are located on both sides of channel of water to enjoy beauty of garden. The pavilion offers marvelous view of the entire garden. Rock garden arrangement of rocks and soil in such a fashion that plants can be raised artistically is referred to as rock garden. In natural environment, rocks remain covered with grasses, moss, lichens, and other lithophytes. Soil gets deposited in rock crevices. It allows growing of plants naturally in rocky environment. In some line, garden may be created by utilizing proper arrangement of rocks and soil. Rockery is prepared in open sunny situations. The rocks which are withered and porous are selected for growing plants. Locally available rocks are good for rockery as cost wise it is economic. Stone of 60 cm diameter and uniform in size fits well for rockery construction. The rock should be placed in slightly slanting position. Its position should bend in back side, not in front side, to allow a collection of rainwater in plant area. Rock plants require soil other plants for growth as appears from name. Rock plants doesn't necessarily grow on rocks environment and soil medium in rocks spheres makes the plant able to grow. While developing rockery initially it is better to use soil mixed with FIM compost. The soil should be firmly placed to allow them stay at the place after planting. Rocks are placed over which supports covering the roots. The growing environment in rockery is harsh, hence grown up plants with well developed roots should be selected for planting. Due to reserved food material in the grown up plants, the chances of survival of such plants are better. The rainy season is good for planting. A real rock or alpine garden cannot be created at elevation below 2000 to 2500 meters. At this site, spring planting is done. In severe winter area, planting can be done in early autumn. Suitable plants, cacti and succulents, agave, aloe, euphorbia, ferocria, kalanche, sansevieria, sedum, etc. Ferns, Dineria, Nephropodium, Polypodium, shrubs, Adenium, Ovation, Asclepias, Curcerabeca, Bryabenes, Calendra, Hematocephala, Calestimon lanceolatus, Cassia biflora, Crocendra species, Cupia, Duranta plumerai, Lantana celobiana, Rulia, Rogelia stensia, Sanchesia nobilis, Thuja species, etc. Animals, Dorp, Antiranum, Alicium, Brachicum, Braulia elata, Candida, Dianthus, Phlox, Salvia, Verbena, Viola, Genia, and so on. Water garden has been in existence since historic period. Its mentioning is found in scriptures of Buddhist period. It was a tradition during that period to have lotus pools in temples and stupas. However, during Mughal period, many gardens were developed. The garden has dominant features of water garden with fountain, but plants like lotus and water lilies were missing. Buddhist temples still follow the tradition of growing lotus in the ponds in the periphery of temples. Bow garden is also known as marsh garden, as the name indicates. The bow garden is developed at the site where there is collection of water or near the water source. Now we discuss sunken garden laid out below the ground level is termed as sunken garden. The ideal depth for sunken garden is about 120 centimeter. If the garden is laid out in one plan, entire garden can be glanced through from any point. It creates curiosity to the visitor. Now you read some more thing. Garden adornments. There are so many garden ornaments already discussed in earlier chapters. These are stone pillars, ornamental lanterns, fountains. You see bird bath, sundial, garden seats, tubs, urns and vases, plant stand, statues, and so on. Thank you for patience hearing. You should read it carefully for examination. Thank you.